looks like we're live, so what's going on, everyone? Sarah here. This is going to be a really quick thing. I just want to kind of show you guys that I fixed the audio finally. After a little bit of fucking around, I finally fixed the audio issues. I'm right now sitting probably about 8 inches away from my mic, and it should still be picking up just fine. Another thing I want to do is I want to show off what I've done in my time that I've been experimenting with trying new things to finish Rune Prana. So I'm currently on normal mode. I'm level 170, and I have the double edge as my main weapon, and I also have all of these. I have my Grand Smasher still. I recently just made the Orochi just to try and get my skill level up a little bit. Then I fully upgraded my Crystal Hammer, so it does a little bit more damage than, say, the Grand Smasher. So that gives me a water element, this gives me earth element, this has no element. I don't believe this has an element, and this is also a water element, this Ice of Fire. The Ice of Fire ups my defense substantially, but at the cost of a good bit of attack. Like, the double edge is at 3465, this is at 2777. So, like, we're losing about 700, I would say. Almost 700 points of attack to swap to this, but the defense being higher and the vitality being higher definitely helps. But mostly using this double steel, I'll show you the progress I have made. So, I have made headway into Rune Prana 7, and I'm just gonna essentially run through each of these rooms just to show you guys that I did this. Yeah, it's all of my current setup and everything is going to work the way that I intended, but I still do have a ways to go before I'm ready to tackle the final challenges of Rune Prana. Most notably, as soon as we clear these next couple of rooms. So, like, that one was opened, and it brings you over to this room, where you have to kill all of these fucks in order to spawn that switch there. So, woolies and schmoolies and droolies, whatever the fuck they're called. Like, I hate these things. I really do. The woolies and the schmoolies are just, like, terrible fucking enemies. Like, half the time they don't try and attack you. So, like, it feels like you're just wasting your time a lot of the time when you're fighting them. But, yeah. So I had to clear this room to activate the switch. This room is open right out of the gate. You don't have to clear the previous room to come here. So, what I always do is I skip this room, go over there, get the switch pressed, because we're gonna need that anyways, and then I come here and just annihilate everything in this room. Like I said, I know everything is possible because I've tested everything, and I'm just going through showing you guys, like, as if I had all the barriers still up, I hadn't done this, like, off camera, just to show you guys that I actually was able to successfully do this. So then all of those enemies would have opened up this barrier up here. Then you could skip this room because you got the barrier that you press the switch for, and then you just come here and annihilate the dead tree. And the dead tree is actually pretty fucking tough. Like, dead tree is not an easy fight, especially not this version of it. Like, the first version of it is a joke. The one in Yokmer Forest is a fucking joke. This one, on the other hand, actually poses a challenge. Then again, like, the level is higher and everything. And I'm gonna, like, skip past all this stuff once I'm gonna make it to where this shit never happened. I'm just gonna reset. I'm not gonna be saving from here on. So... Get out of there, get out of there!
Come here.
There we go. So there's the dead tree completed. Oh shit! Okay, maybe I am gonna save from this point. Holy fuck. Rare drop out of that thing? Yeah, please. Thankfully I have a bunch of food items I can use, so not a big deal. Also, totally just realized, I'm not in my Discord server right now. Even though I said I wasn't going to be... I told my Discord I'm not going to be streaming until Monday at, like, the earliest. I also still have to upload my back catalog of content on YouTube. I keep forgetting. I keep putting it off and putting it off. I'm going to refresh the stream real quick. Since I just started streaming to Discord, I want to make sure that everything is going to be okay. On these minerals here, you can mine for Dragonic Stone, and I highly recommend trying to get Dragonic Stone as early as possible. But yeah, so after you come out here, you'd go down here, you'd press this switch to open up the way. Oh, hey, healing potion. I will take it. And then now we come down here. So this ordinarily wouldn't be open. We'd have to clear this entire room of enemies to open up the way. And thankfully, this being on normal mode, like, the enemies don't pose much of a challenge. Even though they are significantly higher leveled than I am, but that would open up the barrier to come here. This is another required room, so... Now, mind you, like I said, I know for a fact I'm not going to be able to do this on helmet. And I think I said this during the last stream. I could be wrong. Maybe I didn't say it and I just, you know, am misremembering. But I'm pretty sure I said during the last one that I'm probably still not going to be able to do this on helmet. But if I get the right gear, the right weapons and stuff, it's actually entirely possible. Alright. Now after this flying fish is dead. There you go. Good job, kid. Alright. So after that room is cleared, we'd come up here. I hate this room. I hate it with a passion. Especially because those damn Thunderbirds. Oh shoot, I thought I got both of them. Oh, fuck me. Dumb bitch faced the wrong way. Oh no. Okay. Another good rare drop. Get my health fully restored. I'll eat the flan, why the hell not? That's what I bought it for. It's just such an emergency. So then you'd come up here, you have to clear this room. So we cleared this room, and it wasn't too huge of a deal. We're gonna heal up. This room, where the switch is a bit of a problem. So I'm actually gonna switch weapons real quick to this one, because it's a fire gate, and my weapon having the water attribute helps. And Death Orc is an annoying fucking thing to fight. Because Death Orc can kill you in one hit. Hence the name. He has an attack that is literally instant death. Sort of like how Siren was. He can blow a puff of smoke that will literally just instantly kill you. But defeating him and the gate spawns the switch. So then you can come back down here. And I highly recommend coming into this room over here. Reason being, there's a treasure chest which has 2 dragonic stones in it. Plus there's normally a shit ton, and I mean a fuckload, of rocks in this area with the possibility of dropping dragonic stone. So I highly recommend coming in here as soon as you have the blue switch pressed. So then just run down here, run through these rooms backwards, ignore all the enemies, we don't need them anymore. Go up here, there's a boss fight. I've already finished this room today, hence the reason there's no boss. And that one is, I believe, the Chimera. Chimera 2 is that one. And then up here I've made the tiniest little bit of progress. So in this first room there would be 2 of the Greater Demon 2. And then there's this room, which normally has a barrier here, but obviously I've already destroyed it because I've made a lot of progress through Rune Prana and all of my testing. Get rid of the tricky mug, get rid of the yucky mug. Alright. Kill my poison. Alright, this room I'm not fond of either. At least normally I'm not. Thankfully I only got the one boss this time. Usually I get like a bunch of them, and the biggest issue with those fucking things is that because they can teleport around, makes it such a pain. So there's that room done. Then normally you have to clear this room as well in order to make any kind of headway. There we go. The whole family got in on that one, so Once this room is clear, then you come into this one. I hate this room because of all of the fucking ghosts. These things are such a pain in the ass to defeat. They really are. They're such a fucking pain. Because these things, again, just like the ghosts and the Fausts and everything, they will just randomly teleport around sometimes, and it's obnoxious. That's the only way of putting it. It's so annoying when they do that. So once this room is cleared, then you come down here, and you fight this dragon, and destroy this gate. Which will then open up the way forward once again. There we go. And then we get to the area that I have no idea what the hell to do other than wait until I have the blue-eyed blade. So this room is optional. As soon as you hit the green switch, you don't need to worry about that room. This thing is so fucking powerful, it's ridiculous. So I have to wait until I can forge the blue-eyed blade, which I have all the materials to do it. However, I have to hold off because of not having a high enough skill level. So that's what I wanted to show off there, was all of that stuff, because I did this stuff off camera and I realized, like, hey, since I was messing with settings anyways to try and get the volume, the audio to be better, I figured I would just take my chances, stream this as quickly as I can, which it's been less than 20 fucking minutes, so I don't need to make a highlight reel for it. But yeah, so this is where I'm at. This is the dilemma that I am having, is that I've made it to a really reasonable spot in Rune Prana 7. Like, I'm in a really good position. The issue that I'm having is, as soon as I get up to that G Golem at the end of that section, and I know there's still more. There's still one more area before I can open up the way to Ragnarok. So there's still a little ways to go there. But I already know what I'm going to be doing. So my off-camera grind is probably going to be taking me a little bit longer as I continue to forge useless stuff in order to make good stuff later. So essentially get my forging level up, get my crafting level up by just making random shit and throwing random upgrades on it, not even doing anything actually important, making a bunch of stuff, selling that stuff to make gold to buy materials to do it right, and then as soon as I have the recipe for the blue-eyed blade and I'm able to forge it, that is one of the fucking ultimate weapons in this game, at least from my experience. So if I can get the blue-eyed blade and I can get some more stuff like another rune vest for the husband and the kid and stuff like that, if I can get all of that done, I might actually have a shot at doing this even on hell mode. Now, from what I remember in hard mode, as soon as I got the fucking blue-eyed blade on my 3DS file, I kid you not, literally as soon as I got the blue-eyed blade and I upgraded it to level 10, I went into the Ragnarok fight and I kid you not, 2 fucking hits and he was dead. And that's on hard mode. He has greater defense and he's a higher level, he'll do more damage in hell mode. But I still see the possibility in using the blue-eyed blade from here on out. And if the blue-eyed blade seems to not work as well, I do have other recipes written down for stuff that is better than the blue-eyed blade. So even if I don't have the recipe in the game, as long as I have all the materials for it, I should be okay. As long as my skill level is high enough. That's the key thing, is getting that forging skill level high enough to forge things without a recipe. But yeah, that's where we're at here, and I just wanted to kind of make this video to show you that I've, at least through my testing, I have fixed the audio issues. Because I was watching stream playback from the most recent 2 streams, and the audio is just fucking terrible. It's way too loud. Like, you can't really hear me unless you're wearing, like, really good headphones. Like, my headphones were, like, $70, $80, and, like, they do the trick. But when I'm listening on, like, my laptop, on laptop speakers, no, you can't hear my voice at all. So I wanted to let you guys know that I finally found and fixed the issue with my audio issues in XSplit. So now that that's settled, now that I've fixed all the issues that I've been having, I might actually revisit stuff like Luigi's Mansion 3 and try to like maybe start a new file and stream that. I might redo the hell mode thing after I get some more experience with the way hell mode works and everything, and I learn more of the ins and outs of the game. And I'm sure talking to M12G in my Discord server will help as well, because he is a lot more experienced in this game than I am, and I've been playing this game pretty much the last like 4 years. So like, this has been one of my favorite games the last 4 years, and I'm really happy I get to stream this as often as I do. I also want to return to the found/gifted items only run on hard mode. I kind of want to do that again, but I think I want to put it on normal mode instead. And the reason being is it makes it slightly easier just, you know, doing that. Especially to just test to see if the run could even be viable. To see if playing the game that particular way would actually work.
Factory 4. Come on, let's go.
Also, I'm going to show this off.
Keeping secret.
This is like my favorite of all of the Another episodes.
I focused all my concentration on my fingers. Slowly, I opened the oven. Yes, it worked. After much ado, the cake had finally risen. Behind me, my kid jumped for joy. 2 hours left. I checked the time and got ready for the next step. See, today's my wife's birthday. I was planning to buy a cake for her. But then my kid looked at me and said, "Can't we bake one?" Bake one? Starting now? Mama's gonna be home by evening, you know. My kid looked up at me, tears in her eyes. Oh, stop that. I hate when she does that. We didn't have time and we didn't have the ingredients. Well, not for anything fancy anyway. I looked at my kid again. That was a mistake. Just a glance was enough to make me feel guilty. Crap. Fine, but it's gotta be simple. That okay? My kid's face lit up and she hugged me hard. "I love you, Papa," she said. Oh, jeez. Who could say no to that cute face? Cake baking it was. So, the two of us got started. I let my kid help with the batter. Do you think Moma'll like it? She asked as she stirred. She will, I'm sure of it. Are you sure, she asked, looking happy, even though the cake wasn't near ready. Okay, now to bake it. I slid the cake tray into the oven. This'll make it fluffy and soft. Fluffy cake, my kid sang. But the cake that came out of the oven wasn't fluffy. My kid stared at it in confusion. What happened? What had happened? It was actually kind of hard. I hadn't measured anything wrong. I looked at my kid. I messed up, she said. Tears filled her eyes. The not-so-fluffy cake must have shocked her. I'm such an idiot. I can't let my precious kid be sad. Trying hard to sound natural, I spoke up. Okay, now we can get down to business. Practice time is over. Next is the real cake. I glanced at my kid. How'd I do? Did it work? Oh, it was just practice, she said, looking relieved. Good. Dodged that arrow. I looked back over the recipe. To get it right, I should do it myself. But then it wouldn't be a present for both of us. I decided to let my kid help again, and we got started. Maybe it was because the butter was cold. This time, I melted it first before adding it in. I thought back over where we might have messed up. Why had it gone stiff? I heard my kid say, I'll stir it. Aha, that was it. My kid had stirred instead of folding the batter and done it too much. I taught my kid how to fold the mixture, and into the oven it went. Please, please work this time. I slowly opened the oven. Yes, success! The cake was just as it should be. Behind me, my kid was dancing around. Now to frost and decorate. I made the frosting while the cake cooled. We had 2 hours left. It probably won't have chilled completely, but she'll just have to forgive me for that. Once the cake had cooled enough, I let my kid stir the frosting. Ta-da! Strawberries! I brought out the strawberries from the fridge. We can put these on top. Ooh, that's lavish, my kid said. Where the heck did they learn lavish? I thought that over while I frosted the cake. Frosting, frosting, my kid sang, twirling in circles. And that's when it happened. Losing her balance, she tottered over, her hands swinging towards the cake. And what's worse, that's when Mama came home.
I'm home. Sorry I'm late.
She asked what happened, so I told her about the gift.
A birthday cake? For me? Oh, that's today, isn't it?
She sounded surprised. What the heck? Did she forget her own birthday? Sorry about the cake. My kid looked down, guilty tears in her eyes. The smushed bits of the cake sat forlornly on the table. But my wife walked up, cut a small piece, and put it on a plate. She took a bite.
This is really good. Thanks for making it for me.
My kid said, we messed it up, but it's still okay? She laughed. It isn't messed up. It's full of love. I ruffled my wife's hair and said thanks. We worked together and fixed the cake as best we could, then cut it into pieces. We even put strawberries on top. Dig in. We sang happy birthday and ate the cake.
That was good.
I looked over at my wife. Was it me, or were there tears in her eyes? Glad you liked it. I looked over at my kid. For some reason, she started crying too. Today's supposed to be a happy day, I said. My wife smiled. They're happy tears. Ah, I looked at her and my kid. Thanks to them, I had a great life. The end.
I love Dillis's another episode, and that part about like when he says, could she have forgotten her own birthday? Like, that's me just about every year. Like, I don't really pay attention that my birthday is, like, close. So, like, I don't celebrate my birthday. I really don't. So anytime that, like, it's close to my birthday, like, that's how I am. That really is. That's exactly how I am. Like, people wish me a happy birthday, I'll be like, oh yeah, that is today, isn't it? Like, whoops. I forgot. But, yeah. I wanted to show that off since, I was kind of not really doing anything anyway. I was just talking, so I was like, why the hell not show that off? So yeah. It may be Monday, it may be after Monday that I actually am given the opportunity to do like a full live stream again. And this is starting to get kind of lengthy, so I need to end things off here soon. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of show that off and show you what I have made progress on. Even though I'm making progress on normal mode, not hard mode, not hell mode, I'm still trying to make some kind of progress regardless. So that's where I'm at right now, and fingers crossed that things continue on, you know, going the way that they are. Like I said, if I can get the blue-eyed blade in the next like day or two, I should be in good shape to tackle the rest of Rune Prana, at least on normal or hard mode. As far as goes hell mode, I don't see that happening anytime soon. However, I will do the best that I can. And, I mean, this is why I mentioned this in my Discord, that, like, if it gets to being way too boring watching me struggle on, like, hell mode or hard mode, then I'm gonna drop it back to normal mode. Likewise, like, if I'm having just too much difficulty on hell mode, I can always just go straight to, like, hard mode and, like, not have to worry about any issues. Oops. This is gonna get copyright claimed now. But yeah. So I fixed the audio issues I've been having. So I will probably be revisiting hell mode in the future, because I've learned a good bit about how hell mode is from doing this, and like I can always go back through and like watch the videos of this and be like, okay, so what weapon did I have? What did I use to upgrade it with back then? What can I do in the future to make stuff better? This is what I actually like about streaming as well, is this gives me a visual record to go back and see how I did things compared to how I would normally, or, you know, having to try and remember how I did something. So I definitely think I'm doing a lot better since Rune Factory 4 Special came out and since I started playing this, compared to how things were previously on the 3DS version. I know on the 3DS version I didn't really struggle all that much, though to be fair, my first playthrough was on normal mode, like beginning to end only on normal mode. Then I did a second playthrough on hard mode, and I've since done like 2 more hard mode playthroughs before Rune Factory 4 Special came out. So like I have ideas on how I can improve stuff in the future, so you'll just have to be patient with me as I continue learning more and more about this game and how to do things in the most optimal way. So yeah, that's about where we're at right now. As you can see, I have all of these files So this is a clone of this file, and it was a clone before I just saved recently. It was a clone all the way up until I started this stream, basically. It was an exact copy. But yeah, I'm really hoping to do more of this kind of thing in the future, and this is definitely going to be a game that I come back to frequently, so I don't see it being an issue to actually do a proper Hell mode playthrough in the future. Like I said, right now I'm just a little less experienced than I would like to be, which makes it difficult to work through things. So, yeah. But anyways, guys, that's the end of it. I'm gonna ramble on and on forever if I don't stop this thing now. So, if you liked what you saw, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Be sure to check out all my social media stuff. Links are in the description if you're on YouTube. You can check out my Discord, my Twitter, my Facebook. Check all that stuff out. You can also donate if you would like. As it says on the screen, donations are never expected, but always accepted. So, if you have some extra money and you want to help me out, cool. If you don't, completely understand. Likewise, all of those same links, if you're watching this live on Twitch right now, click the panels down below the video, or click the info tab if you are on mobile, and you'll be able to see all of those links as well. So, that being said, that's the end of this one, and I will see you guys next time. Take care, everyone.